a live look at the Swamp, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium in Gainesville. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. It's the Ole Miss Rebels and the Florida Gators. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Thanks, guys. The Florida head coach told me before the game, one of the things to keep your eyes on is how does this young quarterback continue to develop? They took a risk early in the season starting this young freshman, but he has continued to develop each week and get better. He's gaining the trust of his teammates. He's really starting to make good reads and get a feel for this offense. Can they keep this trend going? I'll keep you posted on how he looks on the field and how he's leading his team early in this game. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So Ole Miss offense will go on the attack first. And now we get a look at Trinidad Chambliss. He had a tough time getting anything started in that loss last time out. 3 interceptions and was sacked 4 times. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Taking a shot on the first play. And that ball is caught. One hand grab. The Rebels want to pick up the tempo. And why waste any time? Get right to it. The offense with a big play right out of the gate.
And sending a clear message, Reese, they are going to take shots. They've got playmakers. They've got dudes that can get downfield and locate the football. I love the attitude right out of the gate.
The Rebels right after the huge play through the air back to the line. In the red area, it's Lacey. Hard running there. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Just feeds the running back. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance.
On that third down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on fourth.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on fourth down. Snuffs out this drive with a sack.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on fourth down, but the consequences of that, now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
The Gators offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
Punt is in the air. Now on the return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Rebels offense is back on the field. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, third down, fourth down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage.
Got a little grass. Gives him the big stiff arm. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw on 1st down. Firing to the right, complete. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. And the Rebels want to move quickly. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
It's 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Dragged down right at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive. There he goes! Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind. It forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Pulls it in. It's Brown. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
The throw to the outside is complete. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. A couple of yards short of the 1st down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on 4th. Knocked down immediately, and he'll be stopped short of the sticks.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. And we're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
And one thing I'm really interested to see is this Ole Miss offense post-Lane Kiffin, post-Charlie Weiss Jr., and they always find wide receivers. Palmer, it's amazing. They've had a knack for it. Was that Kiffin? Was that Weiss? Can Golden find those guys? They bring in a bunch of transfers to try to fulfill the same recipe that they've been using. Let's see how fast it will work.
The best news is Trinidad Chambliss is back throwing the ball, though. He's one of those guys who can elevate the players around him, too. You're right. There's going to be some new faces, and it's going to be important from a chemistry standpoint that he and these guys are able to get on the same page very early on. But once everything starts clicking, this offense, man, they light up the scoreboard. And how much would you love it as a receiver playing with a quarterback like Chambliss?
And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Trying play action. Got it behind the line. It's Gill. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. And the Rebels will hustle to the line. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. He wants to throw it. Setting up the screen. He is stopped well short of the 1st down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Makes a move. He returns it almost to the 35. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Solid work on that one. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. They are searching for any type of answer they can find, down 6-0. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Making side adjustments here. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
And the Gators now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Jones wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Mays. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. The Gators are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. He's got the back in the middle. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The Gators come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Running inside. It's ball. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Quick release by the QB, and he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block and run. As they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And the Gators pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Pulls it on the option. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Go with the option, quarterback keeps it himself, and look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And this one is perfect. The lead is down to a field goal.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Turns it loose. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Bought a little time. Lets it go. A spectacular one-hand grab. Now we got a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Wants to throw it again. Finds his man. It's hot. It's a fumble on the play. And the defense jumps on it. And they get that turnover.
And when you're on defense and it's wet, and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier, it gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job on the defense, forcing it with the assist from the weather.
Jones to throw. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Inside the 25, stopped at the 24. Clock will stop to move the chains.
Well, this little guy is going to be difficult for any DB to cover, especially on these slant throws, because he gets out of his break and he explodes off the line of scrimmage so quickly.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Hit as he throws.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that hit.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On third down, he drops to throw. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Kick comes up a little short, and now he's thinking kick 6. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye, that full Gator head. Let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
Guys, hard to believe we're a full month into the season. A lot of action in college football here in Week 4. We begin with a look at Wisconsin taking on the number 8 team, the Penn State Nittany Lions. And it's the Badgers with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. And that's a win streak now, 2 in a row after starting the season 1-1. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside SEC. Now over to your game inside the Swamp. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to our men in the Swamp.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Just about set to get this second half underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Quick completion on the out route. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
Nice job there by the receiver on the out route, not telegraphing where he's going. He can't be peeking to the outside, giving the defender an opportunity to break on the ball. He kept his eyes right down the field. DB had no idea where he was going, and that helped make that completion a whole lot easier.
Goodness gracious, if you blinked, you missed it. Horrible blocking up front. Defender gets in there so fast.
Did he line up in the backfield? After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Jones wants to throw it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Singleton. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
Look, I know this guy's tiny, but on these slant throws as a DB, you got to get your hands on him because he's just too quick. He's going to cross your face too easy otherwise, and he did right there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And the defense got it. Flying down the left side. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going up just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get ready.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? From the red zone, it's Lacey. Maybe it got some room, headed to the goal line. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. The Rebels will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. He'll pull it on the read. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. He'll keep it again on the option. Could not find a hole. This defense clogging up everything. It's 3rd and goal.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure.
Touchdown, Ole Miss! Quick strike through the air for the score.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field where the windows close so quickly, you have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute. You've got to lock in.
Caught in the backfield, it's Wilson. He'll step out of bounds just short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49 after a good pickup on that play. The Gators can really attack on this 2nd and short. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Quarterback making checks. Jones to throw. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Defense feeling it here, trying to put a stop to this drive and maybe this game after that earlier sack. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He wants to go deep. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. The run inside. It's Lacey. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Off play action. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And a big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understand his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
Down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Takes the easy completion. Could not make his way to the corner. The Rebels will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Quickly to the tight end.
And this offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
They'll mark him down at the 17, and that'll be enough to move the chains. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Jones wants to throw it. Makes the grab. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. The play action fake. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it 1st down at the 39.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lacey. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. And they'll use another timeout to try to save as much time as they can for their offense. Field goal is good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Jones to throw. Fires to the wideout. That's caught. It's Mays. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. To the air on 1st down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
Yeah, and I tell you what, he was looking for his main man. He wanted to focus in on him. He wanted to force feed him the football. Nice job by the defense. Great coverage. Great job knocking the ball away.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Quickly complete. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Throws to the wideout. And the incomplete pass had a lot of juice on it.
Listen, I would get rid of that thing fast, too, if I've been sacked that many times today. They're coming every angle. Everybody's coming. They've got to me the whole day. Can somebody please get my back?
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
It'll be 3rd and long. Jones wants to throw it. Good timing on the quick out. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening. And the Gators in the hurry-up. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Might be changing the route. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Here's the pressure. Oh, he's got some space. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. The clock is stopped. Florida has called a timeout at 2nd. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Unloads quickly, and they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Screen pass just not working there, and you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. They get him on the ground. The defense knew exactly where they had to stop him, and it's 4th down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Hauls it in. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Jones to throw. Big guy smells it. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Looking for the goal line. And they will score. Touchdown, Gators.
Yeah, and that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
and you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right...
They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. What a show both of these teams